Hey everybody, I am Melanie from Mel's Board Game Room, and we have
Dave from therrathole.ca.
And as a guest, we are having Aaron Sebastian on. He's going to talk about the Canadian Game Design Award, because you've been running that for a while now.
Yeah.
You're also part of FallCon, and you're doing the external events.
Yeah, I'm the external events coordinator for them.
Perfect. So if somebody doesn't know what the Canadian Game Design Award is, do you want to give us a bit about what that all entails?
Yeah. So the Canadian Game Design Award was established in 2010 there. The main person behind it was Brent Lloyd, who, if you've been to FallCon before and attended the auction, he's the big guy that likes to dress like a Scandinavian pirate and tell lots of bad pirate jokes there. But he's a great guy there. He was the one who kind of spearheaded the Canadian Game Design Award, and essentially what it is it's an opportunity for board game designers in Canada to basically showcase what's out there and be able to get them the opportunity to have feedback, get feedback, and basically promote themselves, get some blind feedback on their designs there to help improve them and help them get them ready to be published either via a publisher or if they want to self-publish, however they want to do
Very
that.
nice.
So, yeah.
So this year was the first year I was actually part of the judging process.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting. Now we got lots of entries.
Yes, you came in at quite the boom there, because this year we had way more. We had 19 entries this year there. Usually, like the last couple of years, we've had usually about 10 to 12, and it's been consistent over the last few years, especially since the pandemic. There, it's been about 8 to 12 designs there, and this year it just absolutely exploded there. So there was a lot more pressure for the judges there. I'll say that much.
Now it was interesting because there was all the different entries that we saw, and we didn't see all of the prototypes at that stage. So at that stage, we had a copy of the rule book.
Yeah.
If there was some promotion material that was put in there as well. And every entry also had a little intro video that kind of showed how the game played and a little bit about the game, which was a great way to kind of get a sense of the game and start picking from. Yeah. So I thought that was great. Is it always been that way, or is that kind of?
Yeah. So way back there, I've been helping out almost every year since I started helping out year 2 with judging under Brent there, and kind of helped out there. I did take a year or 2 off in there. I actually tried to enter myself, one of my designs myself there. So I stepped away and entered in there. It didn't do well. So originally what it was people would you would send in your rule set.
Yes.
The designers would send in their rule set. We would critique them there, and then you'd move on to the next round there, which back then they did a 3-tier system there. So it was judging by the rule set there, and then they had a semifinals where they took 8-10 games there, and they asked the prototypes to be sent out there, and they were sent all over the place there. And then from there, then there would be a couple of main groups there that would decide, generally from the FallCon executive, that would get together with the finalists. Once the finalists were picked there, they would take those games and play them all and pick a winner from that there. So that's how it used to run there. Since then, we discovered that a lot of times their rule books are not very clear.
Yes.
And rule books are probably one of the last things that designers think about when they when they make the games there, so, when they're making their designs. So what we found was doing a quick 5-minute video to just give us the overview, give us the Cliff's Notes, tell us your game in 5 minutes there,
Nice,
plus
yeah.
the rule book to kind of help us supplement to be able to actually read over what's there. And that kind of helped people there, because it's the whole point of this is to just give them some visual clarity on the stuff there, and to give the judges opportunities to see, okay, yes, I think that from what I can see of the game, looking at it from a video perspective versus just the rule set there, it gives you a bit more of an idea of what they're trying to go for.
You definitely get a better sense from the video than just reading the rule.
Our current system there is it's the 2-tier system. We've omitted the semifinals there, which after this year it's starting. I'm starting to wonder whether or not to bring it back there, and that's a discussion for for internal and with the rest of the committee there. But so with the with the 2-tier system there, we pretty much we read through the rules, we watch the video, you watch the videos there, and then you give your grades on it there. All the grades get fed in, and then we come out with the top.
The top.
Yeah, the top.
We went top 4 this year.
Yeah, we went top 4 this year.
Now, before we even get to that stage, if somebody's got a game that they've designed and they're interested in enter the Canadian Game Design Award, what's the process for that?
The process is actually fairly simple. The form is, we put the form live up on the FallCon website there. We have a subheading for the Canadian Game Design Award, so people can go and check out.
And that's fallcon.com if anybody wants to enter for next year.
Yeah, it's fallcon.com/CGDA, or you can go into the menu and the CGDA is right there in the menu. And you can look over what we're all about. And then there's the page to actually for people to enter. Yeah. It has our rules and regulations. So this is for Canadian residents only. And so you read over the rules and regulations. You submit a fee to participate there. Okay. And then you upload a 5-minute, up to 5 minutes roughly, your overview of your game there, your rule set, and then optional. The other piece is what we call a sell sheet, and that's usually what designers will send into publishers. Nice. So it's a 1-page sheet that details everything about the game. How long does it play? What are the components? Nice. The super basics. This is my game. 1 page. Here you go. It's kind of a neat way, like as somebody who's new into it, kind of makes you prep your game to be able to present to publishers. Yeah, as well, absolutely. Right? Yeah, and that's the whole idea of that there, and that's why we've included that now. Now, especially over the last few years, we've given that option for people to be able to send that in, because it is important, because eventually these people do want to get every designer wants to get their game published, whether they want to self-publish it themselves or whether they want to go through a publishing company to do so there. It's helping them get prepared there and kind of see, okay, so there's these issues with this here, or that's the whole point of game design, really, is it's all about finding the flaws in what you have there and trying to make your design better to a point where it can be published, where it can be a publishable game there that can be bought and popularized. Right? So. Yeah, that was neat. Now, let's talk a bit about the different criteria that the game gets judged on. Yeah. The Game Design Award, there are 5 main criteria for the judges that there's 6 criteria that the judges graded on there. Okay. There's 5 main ones there that are graded on a 1 to 10 basis there, and they're weighted based on the importance of them there. So you have things like aesthetics and theme, which are lower there, but they're prototype versions, yeah, they're prototypes there. So you're not like, it's more about
potential.
It's more about exactly. It's
Yeah.
more about the potential there, and it's always framed that way for the judges as well. There, it's like this is what they have here. Try and see it as what it should be there. Do the aesthetics, like do the pieces work for the game?
Yeah.
Does the theme match what the game is trying to represent?
And definitely this year we've seen some games that the gameplay definitely portrayed the theme as well.
Yes. And we're starting to see a lot more of that there.
Nice.
And in that case there, like it was really difficult to, like, when I'm crunching the numbers to pick the winners there, it's really difficult to figure out who's making the finals there. It's really difficult because you see a lot of really good games out there. Like we could have easily had a top 8, top 9, like we could have had a top 10 in there, which is amazing there, and it shows just how much growth there is.
The quality of the games that were entered this year, definitely. There was, because I know it was like, okay, let's try to narrow it down to 4 or 5. And I give you a call, I'm like, Aaron, I can't.
Yeah,
I need to get 7 or 9.
Yeah, and that's part of it there. And that's up to the judge's discretion as well. There, like I personally, there, like I offer, like I note down feedback there, but I'm not one of the people that fill out the forms there. I do not have a say there. It's the reason why I call myself a liaison for the Canadian Game Design Award. There is because I want to be an independent arbiter for the whole thing. There, I'm the one who oversees the judges doing getting the judges to critique the games there and give their feedback. I'll offer my own feedback there, but I don't want to influence who makes the finals and whatnot there. I want that to be completely independent on that there. So
did we cover all of those?
Yeah. So I was going. Yeah, I was just about to. I was just about to circle back to that there.
Squirrel.
So yeah, exactly. So like I said, so you start off there at the aesthetics and the theme there. They're lower rated there. It's just to kind of figure out, okay, yes, how does the game look there? You know, does this have potential? Where is it going there? Does the theme match? That sort of thing there. Then you move on to the rule set there, which we've rated as a middle ground, as a medium weight thing there, because so many designers there, they're not. You're focused more on the actual gameplay, and rules can be so fluid. They're like one of the I won't name any names there, but there was one finalist designer who sent me 2 different they actually asked to send out a different set of rules after they had already sent over their design to me there, because they had updated it in
I mean,
in
I
the
have
span
seen
there,
some prototype games. They, from the initial stage to the later stage, they can change a lot. So they're continuing to work on it.
And that's the whole point of this there is to give that individual, like I'm trying to think of the right word
quality
now.
feedback on
Well, not blind feedback.
Right.
Blind feedback, because it's easy enough for design, like a lot of designers that they have a core group of friends or a group of family friends, close people there that they use to play test their games there, and not a lot of times there do they get honest feedback about it there. Like sometimes you have to tear the whole thing apart there. Like I remember early on when I first started play testing there, I actually put my game in front of Gavin Brown, and within 15 minutes he's like, cut it, you need to rip it all apart, start it over. He had broken the game instantly.
Wow.
There, and that's the whole point, is you want that. It's you want to find those cracks, those problem issues there, so they can be addressed there, and so you can find ways to fix the design there. So this is a way to kind of offer individual, like blind feedback for those people to be able to be able to help their game grow there, because sometimes just being insulated with your own individual group, you don't sometimes see how the world around you would view it.
And the rule books, especially, because most of the time you're showcasing, you're just going to teach it. You're not making anybody read the rule book. So go through that process with the rule book. Interesting.
And it is an important skill to learn there. And I will say there, in the years that I have been in charge of the CGDA and being able to see the behind the scenes there, the number of times there that a game has a finalist game has won or lost because of the rule book.
Oh no, yeah.
Is it's insane. There, like a couple of small issues there can absolutely destroy your chances.
It's
right?
something that it's easy to kind of skim over and not worry too much about. I guess.
Yeah. If you're
I'm
the
not
one,
a game designer.
Yeah, if you're the one in front of if you're the designer and you're there and you're able to teach the game there, it's one thing to be able to hand over a sheet of paper and say, read this over and see if it works there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes what doesn't translate onto the page, right? So,
right, for sure.
Yeah.
So we have the rules.
Yeah. So the rules are kind of the middle ground there. And then the last two there, the other two there that are graded on a 1 to 10 scale is the overall appreciation of the game there. So how much did you enjoy it there? Like when you were reading through the rule set, did you like overall there? Did it sound good? Did it look good there? And then the other part is the mechanics of the game there. How do the mechanics of the game work within the set that they like the video, the rules that they've sent over there? Does it match the theme? Is it intuitive? Is it something that you haven't seen before? Type thing there, because that plays into it too there, because you see you see it all the time there. You see game and how trends flow there. Like years back there, most popular thing was deck builders, and you saw 3, 4, 5 deck builder games showing up in the awards there or in the competition there, and you just see certain trends going on there, and it seems to flow in with the design as well. So,
and it's like honestly, when you see a game that does something unique in the mechanism or whatever, just in the it's so exciting. It tends to be like, oh my god, everybody needs to play this, and so that's I'm glad that's kind of
and it's not always about reinventing the wheel too. There, like sometimes it's about taking mechanics that giving it a new perspective on how the game on that particular type of mechanic there.
And there was some great...
or combining it with another mechanic from another game there, and making that amalgamation work with some other pieces to it there too. You see that all the time. I see that a lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm looking through these rule sets there, I see that as well there. I see, there's elements of this and this game in here there, and I can kind of pick apart that there because I've done this. I've been a part of this for so many years there that now I can kind of see the different mechanics that are going on and be like, okay, yeah, they're using elements from this and this here. And then other times you get ones that are like, that is really close to this one here, and there's not much differentiation on it. So so those are the 5 basic things. There is the aesthetics, the theme, the rules, the mechanics, and overall appreciation. And then there is one final one there, and it is, does this deserve to be in the finals, or does it deserve to win?
That was the hardest question of all. That was the hardest question of all. You want to say yes. Well, I wanted to say yes on half of them.
Yeah, absolutely there. And
it was really good. And then some of them was like, okay, I still want to play the game. Like, how do I reach out to them to play the game?
And I see it so often there, and it's one of those things there, and it comes down to what do the judges see there, like when it comes to the gradation there, and this is kind of a little behind the scenes thing there, is that it's broken up into 3 sections there, so it is completely based off of numbers there when the finals are there. So I calculate up those 5 criteria there, those get added up there, and it punches out a number there, and that number represents what that judge felt about that particular game there. And so the first thing is that all the judges how did they grade the games there averaged out there? And that kind of gives me a sense of, okay, where does it fit on the hierarchy? Now, some judges, I will say there, have different criteria as far as what's good, what isn't good.
100%.
And sometimes their variations are very high and very low there. Like some of them there, they don't want to give anything above an 8.
Yeah.
There.
It just
arbitrarily there, and that's their own opinion there. They want to be a bit tougher on it there, while others don't.
Yeah.
And so, and this was something that came up a few years back there, because I had a few judges reach out to me there and said, only one of the games that I had said should make the finals made the finals. Why did this happen? There, and I went back and looked through there, because we were only going based off of that and off of the yes or no of whether or not you feel it should make the finals.
Yes or no definitely is a great way of kind of balancing that.
So the third part is I actually take I take all of the judges' submissions and I rate them out.
So you kind of have like a
So which one they rate the highest, second highest, third highest.
Right.
And then I average out those numbers.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's a lot to it.
There's a lot of math that has gone into it now there. But it gives me three clear categories there that helps me determine it, especially because you get, usually with the CGDA, you get one or two designs that are like, yes, everybody loves this game. This deserves to be in the finals.
Yes.
And then you get to the middle ones there, and it gets clogged up really badly.
It can get a little bit niche as well. Like
yes, it can get it gets really niche as well there.
Yeah.
But with those three criteria, it helps to divide out and be able to say, look, they scored number 1 here, they scored number 3 here, they scored number 2 here. This deserves to be in the finals there. And that's how it should be for that. There.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Neat.
Is Canadian Game Design Awards the game?
Yeah.
That's what this feels like.
No. It's the Canadian Game Award. Yeah, it'd be a math game and it'd be a giant spreadsheet.
Right. I don't know that it would
Video
make the
game.
final.
No. Yeah.
But I mean, it's got to appreciate there's a lot of background work that goes into that.
Yes.
So now they've made it through. We've decided who our finalist is. What happens at that stage?
So then the finalists are contacted. I try and let them know a little bit beforehand, so they have a chance to get their games, get their designs prepped, get them ready, get them shipped out. There.
They ship their prototype to you.
Then they ship their prototype to me or to whoever is taking charge of them first. There. We have groups in different spots. Generally, a lot of them are within Alberta there, but we do have groups out in BC, Saskatchewan there.
So it goes through a few different.
Yeah, it goes through a few
players.
different ones there. I'd like to expand it more, but it also depends on getting more judges involved to help be part of this.
Is more time as well, because it's still in a fairly constrict time frame.
Yes. Yes, and that is something that we are definitely working towards there, because back when Brent was doing this here, because our announcements, when we announced the finalists there, it would happen on Canada Day.
Right.
Canadian Game Design Award, Canada. It makes sense.
That's great, yeah.
But back then, FallCon was also happening in the fall. In late September, early October.
Right now, so
we're technically
it's a new challenge.
Yes, so so instead of getting 2+ months to be able to get the designs out and get everybody to play test them there, it gets condensed down into about 7 weeks.
Yeah.
There, and I will tell you there, I had judges filling out forms until Tuesday
Which yes, because we played together.
Yeah.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
That's when it worked out because it's becoming really tight.
Yeah. Like I set up groups there to do it. I had a group take it for a full week there. Another group take it for a week. I had it with another crew for a time there, so it gets passed around quite a bit there.
On average, how many times has the game been played for the play test or for the
groupings wise there? Usually it's about 5 or 6 times there, usually with at least usually it's with groups of 3 or 4 at minimum.
Right.
There. With our last group there, that was kind of a bigger thing there. We had a few more people that were able to participate there. But the whole idea is to try and get as many people in front of the games as possible there.
Perfect.
And that is something that we're looking at changing for next year there, because especially if FallCon is going to stay in August there. We need more time there, and I want to give the designers more of a chance to get their games shown off there. Let the judges see what's going on there. Be able to have a bit more time to play test them there, because some of the games we're able to, and you get this every year as well. There is that you get some games that are 30 to 45 minutes, and then you get other games that are 90 to 120 minutes.
It's tough.
And plus learning curve if you haven't played it before there. Last year I had one of the games there, and it was 90 to 120 minutes there.
Yeah.
And it took over an hour to explain the rules there. And by the time, and we broke the game pretty thoroughly there, but not in the way that would shorten the game. The game went on for 4.5 hours on top of that to play one game.
That's tough to find the manpower and the time to play test something like that. Yeah,
it can be there, and it's why I usually try and get ahead of it there if I'm able to host a couple of them, to be able to be the arbiter for the designers as well there, to try. Because I want to showcase off their games and give them their best there. Because the longer games there, some people don't like the Euro longer style games there. Some people don't, people have different preferences there. My job is to try and showcase them the best that I can there to the judges and show their best side on it there. I can show off there that, this rule here is, there's a difficulty with this rule here. There's a bit of
anything that comes up, questions, are you able to reach out to the designers?
We can there.
Have you?
I have on a couple of occasions there. It hasn't been too often. Usually I let the judges react to it themselves there.
Because it's part of the judging,
and
right?
It's part of it there. Being able to read through the rules and understand it there. I had one design, and this was a few years back there. It was one of the ones there that it cost them it there. Their rules there had a couple of things there that didn't make sense to the people who were judging it, and they graded it very low there. And it was because of the rule set there that the game didn't win.
Right
there, and that's part of it though. Is
that's part
it's to help them understand all the different aspects of the design of making a design there. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to act like we're a publisher. And if you put this in front of me there, would I buy into it?
Right.
Would I want to make this part of my brand? Right.
Yeah. Right.
That at least from my perspective there, other judges see it from other perspectives there. But for me, as the overseer of it, there is if I'm hosting it there, I will let them read through the rules and whatnot there, but I will try and explain the rules as best as I can there to not hold up everybody else there. Let's get into this. Let's actually get into the gameplay and find out what's wrong within the game, as opposed to somebody reading the rules and going, I don't understand this.
So that's a good point. Like, obviously, as tips for people that want to design their game, you'll have your friends and family play your game, play test the game, have them go through the rule book and kind of
absolutely there.
Well.
Yeah. People who are designers who want to enter in there, I do highly recommend that. There, reach out to friends, reach out to other people there. Anybody who has a very good understanding of the English language there, that can proofread your stuff there and kind of be like, oh, this doesn't make sense in this case there. You're not going to catch everything there, but even that little bit can help.
Could sway.
Yeah, it can help sway the game one way or the other.
Any other tips you would have for somebody who wants to submit a game?
Honestly, my number one recommendation for anybody who wants to enter in there is a couple of things that I would say: get it out in front of as many people as you can there. Don't just insulate yourself with just the circle of people there that you've always put it in front of there. Put it in front of people who have never played the game before.
And one thing you can do for that is there'll be prototype or game designers group, right?
Yes,
so they'll be gathering in your
absolutely.
areas where you can play with other designers. I know they do that at D6. I'm sure the Sentry Boxes as well.
Yeah,
so
they're
in your area.
in Alberta there is actually a Facebook group that just for designers and play testers there. But yeah, usually it's D6 Sentry Box. Sentry Box was a big one for many years here in Calgary there. I know that there are a number of groups up in Edmonton there that have their own group of designers that meet up regularly.
So good tip. Join those groups, get your games played by different people.
Find out about it there. You know, if you're wondering, if you don't know where to go there, best thing to do is check your local game stores there. Places that do have areas where you can play games there. Those are probably the best ones there. Conventions like FallCon. There,
mostly FallCon, because we have a prototype alley. Where you can bring in your prototype and get them played. And all of our finalists are here as well.
Yes.
Their games are in the prototype alley.
This is actually the first year, as far as I can recall, that all four, since we've had it where the designers get to come here and showcase their games in the prototype alley. This is the first year we have had all four designers here.
Because as a judge, we don't necessarily know where the game is coming from. Unless you personally know the people, which might happen.
And it does happen on occasion there, because
we tight-knit community, right? It's hard.
Absolutely.
It's hard not to know what's going on in there.
And the judges come from everyone's knowledgeable, but from different areas.
Absolutely. There,
the publishing side,
as far as judges are concerned, there we have judges in 4 or 5 provinces there: BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan. I'm trying to remember if I believe there's someone from Ontario there, and then there's also a very small group out in Newfoundland.
Oh, fun!
That is also
nice. My New Brunswick people, we need to get some representation there.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anybody interested in judging there is no criteria for it there. You just have to have a love of games and be willing to take some time to read through rules, watch videos there, and if we can arrange it there to be able to host finalist groups there for that. But there is a link on the on the FallCon.com page under the CGDA for people to sign up as a judge there, and you can be added into the group as well there. So that's another way to be involved in it there.
Because we do, to run something like this, to be able to play test, you need a lot of judges and people to volunteer to
absolutely
do that.
there.
So if you can, it was so interesting to see these games in the early stages and have a say and provide the feedback. So highly recommend, if you want to try to become a judge, it was a lot of fun. Really recommend it. So yeah. All across Canada, come on, let's make this like
absolutely there. I mean, and on the other side there with the designers there, we had 5 different provinces represented there as well. There we did have BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Ontario, and Manitoba all represented this year.
The entries.
As far as entries were concerned there. So
wonderful.
So we do get submissions from all across Canada there. We've had winners from Ontario, from Quebec previously there, and all over the place there. So I mean, I want this to grow there. I want to be able to include as many groups, as many people as possible there, whether you're a designer, whether you want to be a judge there, as long as you have a basic knowledge of board games there and have an enthusiasm for it there. If you want to be a judge, we're more than welcome to have you on board for that. So
now let's talk. We get a winner.
Yeah.
What are the benefits for the winner?
The winner gets the opportunity. They get to put the Canadian Game Design Award on their when they do get their game. If they do get their game published there, they are more than welcome to put that CGDA logo right on there.
It's an award-winning game.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is an award-winning game. There, they get a $200 cash prize, and they get a custom handmade wooden plaque.
And it's beautiful.
It is. I was going to bring that up. It's something special.
It is for me. In the early days, Brent had, and I'm hoping I'm saying the right person here. Brent had a gentleman. He was also one of the legacy FallCon executives there. I want to say it was Dennis Schmarong. That was he made a custom wooden plaque every year for the winners there, and he did that for many years there. Until shortly after I took over there, and then we had 1 or 2 years where we actually just had a placard engraved by Wheatland Woodworking helped us out for a couple of years there. And then after the pandemic, I decided to take on the role myself there because there was no one else available, and I found myself.
You step up because you had to.
Well, I stepped up because I had to, and I also stepped up because I had an opportunity to there. And
I want to point out the craftsmanship is really nice. Like these are beautiful plaques. So I appreciate you stepped up because you're doing really nice work with it.
Yeah. Well, the first one there, this is a really funny story there. When the first year there was after the pandemic, we were reopening up everything there, and my wife's from the U.S. there, and she had a family reunion scheduled, and that summer was the year of all the planes just everybody being stuck in airports and whatnot. Our flights got canceled.
Oh no!
Morning of to go to her wife's family reunion. We were supposed to go visit her sister for a couple of days, then drive down, do the family reunion, come back, spend some more time with them, and then fly home. It turned out I drove.
Oh no!
All the way from Calgary to Virginia.
That's not fun. I've done that drive
in 3 days.
I don't think I want to.
3 days.
That's rough. That is
almost 9,000 kilometers round trip.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we wound up just spending we drove straight to the reunion, and then we spent a week with her sister in Connecticut. And while I was there, they were like, her husband had a little wood shop there, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to muck around, you're more than welcome to." So, I wound up making the plaque in Connecticut. He had tools and everything there, and I just did that there and came home and got the plaque engraved and passed it out at in 2021 there, and then after that I just took it upon myself, and it's been I make it with mostly hand tools there, and it's a real it is a labor of love there, but I want it to be as special and unique as this award is, as this competition is there, because you get all sorts of different designs every single year, and you're not judging apples to apples. It's apples to oranges to bananas to pineapples to grapefruits
to hammer.
Yeah, there are so many different game types out there. Like even among the finalists this year here, they are so diametrically different, and it's wonderful. And I want that plaque to embody that as well there.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Now, we've been doing this. I use the term we. You guys have been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of winners now.
Yeah.
How many would you say? Like, obviously, it's up to them to proceed and push with the game, but have they been published?
There have been quite a few published games there. Actually, I will pull this up right now here because I do have it here in front of me. So the first year's winner was Octopus Garden by Edmonton's own Roberta Taylor, who is now absolutely famous. Like she's got her own publishing company now there. She's re-released. Octopus Garden has been released twice now.
Wow.
There, it's a brilliant game there. It was one of the first it was the first winner there, and absolutely deserving of it there. I mean, she just did one with Sanrio. She did Hello Kitty Walk in the Park, which is my kids absolutely love it. It's an amazing game. Yeah, and just it's so cool to see an IP like that there entrusted to her with that game design there.
And I do want to point out Roberta Taylor is attending FallCon this weekend. So she's here representing Kids Table Board Game and have her games that Cafe Bars is here, Creature Comforts, Maple Valley, and River.
Yeah, she's played. Yeah, she's currently beta testing. I forgot the name of it. Yeah,
it's not released. I've played the prototype with Roberta last year, but it's here so you can try it.
Yeah.
But that's like exciting that she's a past winner.
Yeah. So and then 2011 we had Matt Tolman, who made Undermining, which based off of one of those old Flash mining style games there, and that was published by Z-Man Games.
Nice.
There. 2012's winner was a game called Coven by Calgary's own Paul Saxberg.
Yes, I have a copy.
Yeah. Yes.
Paul played Deadlies with us earlier today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Paul is well beloved in this community there, and I know he'd rather push Coven off to the side and make it wish it never happened there, because the publisher. We're not going to get into that there. Yeah. It's a great game there.
Great looking game.
His original design was even better, but it wasn't feasible to be published.
True. There, I could see that.
Because
the final product
I think if he were to redo it now, I think he could get away with it, because there are games out there now that have that use that mechanic, that use that design there. He could totally get away with that there, but the game is still the game. It still has a special place in my heart there for that there. 2013 was a game called Windfall Gateways, which I remember very fondly there. Like, I still wish that the designer Joseph McDade, I wish he had published it there, because it was a brilliant card drafting game set out in space there with like sci-fi futuristic.
Nice.
It was very cool there. That one never got published. 2014 brought Super Motherload, which is
love that one. Yeah.
Roxley Games by Gavin and Matt Tolman. Matt Tolman winning for He was our first two-time winner.
Nice. Such a good game, though.
Yeah. 2015 video game studio by Ben Hesketh and Graham Davis. That one was never published.
Okay.
There. 2016, a game called Sloops won.
Okay.
It was by Sebastian Bernier-Wong and Peter Gorniak.
Okay.
They retitled it and it got it published a couple years back, actually, in 2022.
Okay.
And it was renamed Seas of Havoc, which which FallCon has in the library there.
Nice.
And it is still a great game there. Basically maneuvering ships, pirate ships out in the ocean and fighting each other. Yeah, brilliant game there. 2017 was a game called Fingersmiths by Dennis Koo and Daniel Roche, who were perennial entries for many years.
Nice.
Every year you'd see one or both of them down for games there. That one is still unpublished.
Okay.
2018 brought a game called Crash Factor by Herb Stanway. This game was a balance game like Topple, but it had a scientific aspect to it there. Like it featured weights to it and is very well done there. That game he published himself.
Perfect.
There. 2019, Transcontinental by Glenn Dresser.
Great game.
Yes, it is a great game there. Very
patriotic, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a very patriotic game. There, and then 2020 and 2021, we did not have a CGDA
because who would have thought?
Yeah, because of the pandemic and because of restrictions there was there was very little interest. And then 2022, we finally were able to bring it back there. The game that won was called Deadlocked by Daniel Roche, who won again there. It was a labyrinth game where you're trying like competitive escape room is the best way to describe that one there. But you've got the Minotaur lurking around, and you're trying to figure out how to escape the labyrinth. So, 2023 was a game called Window Washers by Joe Slack and Sylvain Plante. And this game was all about washing windows in high-rise buildings.
Okay, that's interesting.
And you had you place your meeples, and they'd have to move up to clean stuff, and you'd get you'd earn victory points and stuff by doing different things there, and it was really well done. Last year's one was Lion Dancer by Pauline Kong and Marie Wong,
and they were attending FallCon as well.
They attended last year there.
You had them on your channel last year as well.
And they are actually established because they have Steam Up and more recently Moon Bunny.
Oh, right.
We're both Moon Bunny just came out there, but Steam Up has been out for a while there, and they are both great games. And this one here is very much in that same realm there, if you know their works there, but based around traditional Chinese line dancing.
Oh, very cool.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Tons of fun.
Yeah.
And the 2025 winner is going to be announced tomorrow in the middle of the auction. So far, I think only you know.
Yes. Me and we have one sponsor that helps us out every year there. That is Legend Craft Woodworking. And they do a custom wooden placard that goes custom laser cut placard that will be affixed to the plaque that I have made.
So they know what
year.
to.
Yeah, so they know what to engrave on it there. So
there are two
people that know
in the world that knows. Who
and you're not finding out until tomorrow evening.
Oh.
Nope.
So I
I've
know who
already had a couple people ask.
How much monopoly money do I have here?
Yeah, so
Well,
whose
that's
name went
exciting.
on the plat?
Yeah.
Just kind of
But
fishing for
that's
that.
so great. That's kind of a great time because I mean, honestly, personally, I think the auction's kind of like the climax of the, and then to have that on top of it
Yeah.
is just great.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anything else we want to bring up about?
No,
the-
I wanted to talk about the award and we like the actual physical award
Yeah.
we
Yes.
did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so it's amazing. If you want to enter your game next year. If you want to judge, be sure to go on to FallCon.com as well to register to become a judge. We do appreciate that. It takes a lot of work. Obviously, it's a lot of work. And even as a judging, it's still a lot of work you need to do.
Yes.
But
yes,
having judge
absolutely there.
makes
And
a
and
difference.
this is all everybody who's involved there. They're 100% volunteers there. And they do it because they love the industry there. They've helped. They've either been a designer before there, or they've helped other people with their designs there. Like we have people who are literally in the industry there that kind of read through and do stuff there. But we also have people that have no background whatsoever there. And honestly, I want all walks of life to be able to see these games and to check them out and offer their feedback, because the more feedback that these designers get, the more opportunity that they have to potentially get their game published.
Because there's still a lot of benefit for entering a game and not winning.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There we've had many games there that did not win that went on to be huge games there. One of the biggest ones that I can think of right off the top of my head there, Steampunk Rally by Roxley Games there.
Wow.
It did not win. It made the finals. It did not win, but it is probably one of Roxley's best games out there.
And being able to get all that feedback. Now, how do they get that back? Like, so
the feedback, forum. The feedback there, it does take a while for me there, and because I'm the one that's kind of coordinating judges and designers and play tests and getting stuff everywhere there. It does take a bit for me to get through the stuff there, but I take all of the feedback there. It gets put into a document for them there. It's all the judges' feedback is anonymous. I usually have to go through there, omit some of the stuff that isn't really helpful there. Like you get the occasional one there where games are just there's a lot of issues, and some judges just they say mean. They're going to say stuff there or mention stuff there.
Well, we don't control the judges, right?
No, and I don't control that there. But what I can control is removing that stuff there so that they get the feedback that they need there.
Things that are useful.
Yeah, going through all of that there. And with that feedback there, just to go back to the form there, after the judges do the numerical stuff there, they fill out, okay, this is a 7, this is an 8. I think this deserves to make the finals, or no, I don't think it does there. They then have a page where offer some positive feedback, offer some constructive feedback, or some things that you would like to see changed or omitted. And then anything else that people want to mention there, like you were mentioning there, I absolutely love the game there. I really want to see this make it there. Though I can tell you from talking with designers after the fact there, especially when they're here, when they get they feel more empowered about that kind of feedback at the end there than anything. They want to see that constructive feedback more than anything there. The positives about the game is great there, but to hear judges come out and say, this is a really great game, I really hope to see it on my shelf or published one day there, means the world to them.
There's so many entries that I do hope, because I need them in my collection.
Yeah.
So for all the entries, push and get your games published, and then let me know when it is, because there was so many great games.
Yeah.
I wish I could have made it when you invited me to come play.
Yes.
I could not make it.
But wonderful. Now all the finalists are going to be coming and live stream with me throughout the weekend so we can get kind of a more information on each individual games that have made the final, so you can see what we're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, Aaron, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you so much for putting this event, like the award, together, because obviously it's a lot of work. And I'm sure the pay is amazing. But I do appreciate you doing it, and there's just so much value from it.
Well, honestly, when it gets to this point here, like I have been working on the plaque till I'm not gonna lie here. This past week there, I have been desperately trying to finish it up between work and that there. I have been up until 3-4 a.m. the last few nights, just trying to get the last finishing touches done there, because there is a lot of intricate work that I put into it there. But at the end of this here, this is a celebration. This is an opportunity to really showcase, like the Prototype Alley behind us here. We have prototypers, we have people with their designs out there showing off their games there. And this is a celebration about all of the designs, not just the finalists there. It's great there. They are the ones who are representing the whole group there, and the winner from those finalists there, obviously they get the award and they get the acclaim on it there. But this is a celebration for all of them there, because just the fact that they submitted in, it takes guts. It really does.
It does.
To put your design out there for other people to judge, to critique, to break down there. It takes courage. All 19 designers that entered in there, I think the world of them there, because it is daunting to think about. I'm going to put this in front of a group of strangers to be judged. There, and
for sure. But you know what? We wouldn't have the industry. We wouldn't have these type of events if people didn't do that. So.
Yeah, but this is a celebration to showcase the best of what the Canadian game design community has right now that they have put forward. And honestly, I am so proud of all of the designers there and all of the designs there. And I hope I say this often there. I wish them all the best there, and I wish them the best of luck in getting their games to a state where they can be published, whether by themselves or being published by a major publishing company there. So,
wonderful. Well, congratulations to everybody who entered and made the finalists, and we'll find out who the winner is. Thank you, Aaron. And thank you everybody for tuning in.
Can I say one last thing there? Also, and we've touched on it previously there, but also a huge shout out to all of the judges that helped out here, you included. There are tons of people all over who have sacrificed time and energy, any spare time that they've had to help participate in this there, and they deserve just as much acclaim there. And this is also a celebration about them as well. So just a huge shout out to all of them who participated, who helped out, even in a small way, even if you could only check out a couple of games in the first round, make it out, play test a couple of games in the finals there. Every little bit helps in this here, and everybody who participates matters in this. So
no, it's a big endeavor to put together. It was so satisfying. I'll be doing it again next year.
Look forward to it.
So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Bye.